Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, I think you're going to see the best reveal of the weekend so far. Fantastic models coming up, and we're going to jump straight in and have a look at the first reveal of the day for Age of Sigmar with the City of Sigmar Cavaliers. We'll get to the best model later on in the video as I work my way through in order everything that we saw on the day. There were so many things. I didn't think it was going to be this much for Age of Sigmar. I was even going to include the Underworlds models in this, but I'll do a separate video later on. But here they are. Here's the Cavaliers first, the Free Guild Cavaliers for Cities of Sigmar. Nice to see some new models for that faction. Although when I first saw them, I thought it's a little bit too close to the old world style, so I'm not sure if these are for me. But if you like the Cities of Sigmar and you want something quite traditional in that old world style that really represents humans and what they're all about in the Age of Sigmar, then I think you're really going to like these. I mean, you can't knock the details, just fantastic. The heraldry, the weapons, the horses are all done in different poses. They just look brilliant. But when you compare it to some of the other factions, and certainly the models later on, yeah, they really are paling in comparison, especially when there's so much range out there with the different factions and just the creativity that can be had. But as far as models go, and certainly this knight aesthetic, they look brilliant and a really big improvement on what we've seen in the past. They did say in the online preview that the infantry is going to be coming out soon. There's going to be character models, and those character models will be much more flamboyant. The infantry is going to be pretty basic, that's the word they used, and then the characters will get more and more flamboyant as the releases come out, and that's going to be more as the year goes on, so we'll have to wait and see for more models in this range. The next video they showed in the online preview was the new narrative arc for Age of Sigmar. There's no models revealed or anything like that in this video. It was a bit weird, really. I was a bit disappointed with it. I just wanted it to end. There's all these different voices going on. It almost sounded like a conversation in my own head, the type I'd have convincing myself to buy more models. But this is really just introducing you to the theme, to the narrative. We find a lot more out from the photos and the information that was given after the video. So I'm just going to jump to that. But if you want to check the video out, you can find it on the Warhammer community site later today when they publish it. Here we go then, this is the new narrative for Age of Sigmar, and now we're going to see the Dawnbringer Crusades we've heard so much about from the different articles and books in the past, but the idea here, they've been waiting for Cities of Sigmar to release with the new models before they could begin with the narrative. The narrative's all designed around two massive crusades that are heading out. One will fail, one will succeed, and you'll choose which one to embark on, but you won't know the outcome of it. So you don't know which one's going to fail or succeed until later on in that narrative. So that's going to be quite fun to get stuck in and have a go at that. I'm hoping we'll get a bit more information later today, and I'll be doing another video to focus on that, but expect new lore. There's going to be 4 new books. The first one is called Harbingers, and this new book is going to bring about new models. Not just for a couple of factions, for a dozen factions. And we've got a few to see today. There's 4 main character models to look at, and then something after that that's really good. But let's have a look at the first character model that's released as part of the Dawnbringers narrative, and it's the Fyreslayers getting a character model. Would have been nice to see some more Fyreslayer models getting a bit of variety, but let's not complain. It is a new model for a faction that certainly is crying out for some new models, and so if you play Fyreslayers, you've got to be happy with this, getting a new character to add into the mix there. And this is just the first of 4 you're going to see today, and then we'll get another 8 that's going to come out later on. But here he is, the Fyreslayers Grimhold Exile. Pretty good model, looks great. It's going to fit in exactly right with the aesthetic of all the other models that exist. So there we go. That's model number 1. I'm not that excited about this one, I've got to admit, but they get better as the video goes on. Let's move on to the second one, and you'll see what I mean. This model looks fantastic. I thought this was going to be my favourite from today, certainly, but it gets even better later on in the video. You wait till you see what's coming up at the end. But here we go. This is really nice. So much detail in here. It's got a crow. I'm sold already. But I think just the details on this are just so well done. It's really got some elements of Cruel Boys in there as far as quality goes. But you've got this awesome character on top. This is the Harbinger of Decay for the Maggotkin of Nurgle. And I really want to see this on the table. There's a couple of players at my local club who play the Maggotkin of Nurgle, and it's great fun to fight against them with my Stormcast. But this model would be so fantastic in both those armies. It's going to look great. You got an option of changing the bell out for a scythe as well. You don't have to have the bell, but everything else, just the pose of the horse looks great. Full long, head drooped down, got all these things hanging off it. You've got all the boils pussing up there. And then that musk guy on top, just looking out. It just, everything about it I just think is brilliant. In fact, I wouldn't mind just getting this. It's a really good model. And to paint, if you're into painting, this is going to be such a good project. Let's step it up a notch. It's getting even better. When I first saw the online preview, I thought, oh, it's not going to be very good after seeing the first models and then that video. But then these came out, and look at this. We've got a new model for the Gloomspite Gits. And he's got so much character. There's so much to like about this one. What a model. You've got Bat Cave Squigs on top. You've got this dude wearing the skeleton of a squig, which is just fantastic. We haven't seen that, I don't think, on any models so far. What a brilliant model. This is the Gloomspite Gits Rabble Rouser. I'm getting pretty excited here, but I don't care. It's great fun. What a preview we've seen. It's been really good today, and we've still got the best model yet. Now, my Gloomspite Gits army I built ages ago to play Age of Sigmar. I haven't really given them a proper go yet. Now I'm really into Age of Sigmar though, and playing it all the time. And this is one character that has got to be added to that army. And I've really got to give them a go. I'm still getting the hang of the game and my Stormcast Eternals, but yeah, I think it might be time for the Gloomspite Gits to get into action. We're not finished yet though. You've seen some different alliances now. Destruction, Order, and Chaos. Now it's time to look at Death. And if you're into the Flesh Eater Courts, you're in for another treat. Yesterday we saw the Warcry models, which I just think was so good. Those Panther Baboons were just crazy. And now you've got another character to add to your army. This is really much needed again for the Flesh Eater Courts. Getting some new models in there is a really good move. So really cool model. This guy is called the Marrow Scroll Herald. Man, I feel like I need to do loads of videos about all this. I'm trying to rush through it and just condense it into 10 minutes so you get a nice overview of what was shown at the online preview. But I will be doing some slowed down, more chilled videos later on once we get more info. But very nice model. And it gets better because each one is going to get a new Regiment of Renown. Now, these won't be brand new models. And as you can see here, you're going to get the new character amongst some of the older models. So there is a bit of a paywall here at first. If you want to get these, you're going to have to buy them in these sets. But I'm sure they're going to be released on their own afterwards, aren't they? They must do. They didn't say that in the preview, but I'm assuming that's going to be the case. But if you want to get hold of them right away, you can pick up these boxes. And then these are going to be able to use much like the other Regiments of Renown that were released not that long ago, where you can add them to different armies within your Grand Alliance. So if you're playing a Destruction army, you could get this Braggett's Bottle Snatchers and then add that there. And I'm pretty tempted by this because I haven't got the Goba Palooza yet, but I really want those, and they're included in it. And with all those Squig Herds and the Boingot Bounders, there's a lot going on. That's a really great Regiments of Renown box. But you've also got Gerion's Delegation there for the Flesh Eater Courts. But for me, it's the Gloomspite Gits all day. Okay, it's nearly time to see the best model yet, but we've got to cover this first. So they said during the preview that you're going to get free Path to Glory rules. So if you want to play in that narrative, that new narrative, you don't have to necessarily buy the book. You're going to get all the rules you need to play for free. Plus some free Age of Sigmar fiction. Not sure what that means. We'll have to wait and see as we get more information. But I'm going to be doing loads of videos over the next few days for all this. There's so much to cover. Okay, it's time to have a look at that new model now. Here we go then. It's going to start. Prepare to go the whole hog. And there's our Iron Jaws logo. You know what's coming. It's going to be an awesome model for the Iron Jaws. And I've just built my Iron Jaws army. I'm about to paint it really soon. This couldn't come along at a better time for me. It's a Moor Grunter. And this is a huge model. There's a comparison coming up where you can see it next to one of the other Gore Grunters. But let's have a good look at it on its own first. The Moor Grunter for the Iron Jaws. What a model. This is a beast. I mean, just imagine how big those Iron Jaw models are riding it. They look like brutes. This is going to be massive. There's also options to build it with a character model on top, and they even said you could just have it as a monster if you want to. And 2 of these in the army is going to be amazing, isn't it? That would look so good on the tabletop. Let's check it out next to that Gore Grunter so you can have a good idea of the scale. Check that out, it's massive. That's going to look amazing. This is exactly what the Iron Jaws needed it. I love that they're putting new models in some of the factions that don't have a huge range, and the fact that they've included this is just brilliant. This is the model of the whole weekend for me so far. I can't see them topping this, but we've still got a lot to go. We've got the Old World today, we've got tomorrow Kill Team, so still lots to find out about, but I'm well happy. This is brilliant. And we're still going. This was a full-on hour of reveals. It wasn't even an hour. They crammed all this into, what, 30, 40 minutes? It was just crazy. But we've got lots to look at still with the roadmap now. Battle Tome and supplements for 2023. In the summer, we know we're getting the Seraphon already, but now we're also going to get book 1 of Dawnbringers, and that's called Harbingers. And each book, you can see that there's book 2, 3 and 4 as the year goes on. Each book is going to focus on one of the Grand Alliances, and we're going to be getting more and more models as each of these come out. So we're going to get 12 characters altogether, and of course loads more to come for different factions like Cities of Sigmar 2. Also in the summer is the General's Handbook, so we're going to get the new edition of that. Looking forward to it. That's a really great edition if you play Age of Sigmar and you want to have the rules to hand. You don't want to use the app maybe. You can have it all in your hand with the ring binder. Brilliant, great addition to the collection. I'm really glad I got hold of that. Then in autumn, there's Cities of Sigmar, the Battle Tome. We got book 2, Dawnbringers, and I guess that's Destruction. Then we got book 3, Dawnbringers, and then we're looking at winter time. We're going to get another Battle Tome and the final instalment of Dawnbringers. That'll be book 4. There we go then. That's a pretty packed 2023 roadmap ahead. New models all along the way as well for all of these different books and the factions included. That's pretty exciting. I can't wait. It's going to be a great year. What an awesome reveal. I really enjoyed this one. It just got better as each model was shown until we saw that massive pig. How cool is that? But I'd love to know what you think. What's your favourite model from the reveals today? What are you looking forward to the most from everything we've got in the roadmap to look forward to? Can't wait to read your comments. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. There's loads more on the channel if you want to go and check those out from all the different games that have been shown so far. And I'll be covering the rest of the reveals later on today and tomorrow as well. So thanks so much. Like if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Game. Before you go, I put a link in the description that will lead you to more information about the Age of Sigmar tournament that I'm running on the 2nd of July 2023. It'd be great to see you there. It's going to be such a fun day. And so the link's down below. It'd be awesome if you can check it out. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters for helping me to keep going with these regular videos. I couldn't do this without you, and I appreciate your support so much. If you'd like to join the Patreon community, support the channel, get some great perks at the same time, there's a link down below in the description. It'll be awesome to see you there.